Hey, it's Timmy Rough. I'm lead singer of the New Roses from Germany, and we're about to release our fifth studio record called Sweet Poison, and we can't wait because next week, on October 21st, it's finally out, and we're going on tour on October 20th all over Germany, UK, and everything else in Europe. And yes, we're very excited about that.
Very good, Timmy. Thanks for joining us today, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show.
No worries, man. So as you mentioned, the New Roses will release your fifth studio album, Sweet Poison, on October 21st. So firstly, man, how are you feeling about it? You excited? You nervous? You relieved?
Yeah, in that order. It's it was supposed to be out last year already, and of course, under the current circumstances, there was no chance to release a proper record. So we wrote more songs, we spent more time in the studio, and we kept on working on it. And of course, now we're so excited to release the new record because last year we were still able to play festivals and everything, but only with the older material. And for a band, it's always a thrill to come up with new material and play it to the audience and see the reaction and have a new kind of connection to your audience. It's a very magic feeling to play new material to an already existing audience. So we're very excited and very, very looking forward to it.
Sweet. So tell us a bit about Sweet Poison from a musical point of view and what you were going for with it.
We had to come up with the whole material during the COVID lockdowns, and that was a big challenge for us because usually we write our material on tour, so we write about stuff that we see and that we go through on tour. But this time it was a whole different situation, so we decided not to to write about the COVID topics, like the frustration and the tears and the fear of being forced to stay off stage. So we thought that everybody in our audience is sick of it, already. Because you turn on the TV, it's all about COVID. You turn on the radio, it's all about COVID. Your best friend calls you, 20 seconds later, you talk about COVID, So we thought like, hey, it's enough COVID out there. We don't need another record or musical, I don't know, like therapy with that, So our intention was to come up with a record that is 100% good time rock and roll, And that was our goal. And then we kind of looked back on our older material from the first record and topics about our early days in the band. And I wrote a lot about my teenage days and my wild 20s. And that is how the whole record came together. And then everything fell into place, and we had a lot of demos because we had a lot of time. It was more than 60 demos, I guess.
Jeez.
And now we picked our favorite 11 songs, and here it is.
Oh, and you've been quoted as saying that the band went back closer to your roots and added some of your more blues and southern spirit on the album. So was that a conscious thing in going back to your roots, or did it just happen?
We didn't say let's go back to our roots, but looking back in time to find good topics and good material, then you look through all the pictures and you watch your old videos and you try to energize yourself with older experiences, and that kind of leaves its mark in your songwriting. And another reason for that was that Dizzy, our founding member on guitar, came back into the band after Norman left the band, And that was another big thing for us, because when we got into the rehearsal room and we played the whole festival season this year, it felt like we're back there, you know? It felt like in let's say like the good old days, you know. It was the same humor, same jokes, you know, same sound of the band, same vibe, and I'm pretty sure that left its mark as well.
And you've released the singles The Usual Suspects and First Time for Everything from the album. So would you say that those two are a good sonic representation of the sound as a whole?
Yes, very much. So for The Usual Suspects was one of the first songs that we came up with. And I usually write the first demo for a song, and then if everybody's interested in it, we wing it from there. And like I said, after I wrote a couple of COVID frustration tunes, and nobody actually felt like playing them, and everybody was so kind of depressed and frustrated that nobody actually had a lot of interest in playing these frustrated songs. And then I showed The Usual Suspects, and everybody was like, okay, that's what we're talking about. Let's make a record right now. And that song paved the way. And after everything else came after that, you know. And First Time for Everything is I would say a good example for our combination of classic rock and rock and roll attitude, and still being able to come up with radio rock-ish songs, you know, like stadium rock working songs, you know. And that's why we picked that for the second single, just to show a little of our, you know, taste of combining these two things, like good rock and roll vibes and still stadium big hooky kind of song material, if you know what I mean.
Yep. And the album opens with a guitar-driven song, My Kind of Crazy. So is that designed as a statement of intent to have that guitar-driven song first, just to let people know what they're in for?
Pretty much, yeah. You know, we never decide in which order the songs are going to be on the record till the last like couple of days before we have to give all the material to the record company, you know, because in the studio sometimes the vibe, the spirit of a song changes a lot, you know, and compared to the demos. And My Kind of Crazy, like, it turned out in the studio, it turned out to be like a very like a trademark kind of for the record, you know. You turn it on, you hear like the guitar, you know, okay, this is going to be a rock and roll record, you know. And My Kind of Crazy, that whole statement, of course it's about a girl, but on the other side, you could see that as a statement for the record and for the whole spirit of the band. You know, if you see like the whole COVID thing and you're so frustrated and you don't know, or you have to reflect a lot because you're sitting at home, and then you realize how much the whole band, the audience, the being on the road, the whole thing, being in the band means to you. And that's like My Kind of Crazy kind of vibe. And that's what I actually started writing the song about, you know. But it turned out to be like a crazy relationship song, but it started off as a I love being in a rock and roll band song, you know.
Very cool. And you've even got an acoustic number on there called True Love, Mate. So tell us about that.
Yes.
And why you decided to put that on there.
That was supposed to be 2 songs. The verse, it's a very sad verse, and it was supposed to be a very sad song about this guy, brokenhearted and, you know, devastated, and he doesn't believe in love anymore, and he knows he fucked up, and it's his mistake, and now he's drunk and you know, kind of feels alone and nobody understands him. And the other the chorus was supposed to be a chorus for a very, very intimate love song that is so positive, like, finally I met you, and now, you know, we got 2 hearts and 1 beat, and 2 souls, 1 need, so everything, like, we are one, you know. But I could never find the right verse for the chorus, and I could never find the right chorus for the verse. And then Urban, our drummer, he came up with the idea to put those 2 things together, and that was a big challenge for me as a songwriter to build a bridge between the verse and the chorus, and to turn a sad verse into this very happy chorus, and then going back. So I had to tweak the lyrics a little, and I was working so hard on that song that I just made acoustic demos to show them around. And then I came up with this idea, and I did an acoustic demo and sent it to everybody, and they were so happy with it that we just took the acoustic demo and added a little a little space, a little bling bling here and there, and then we put it on the record. So what you hear on the record is the demo.
Wow, very cool. All right, mate. Well, thanks very much for your time today, Timmy. Sweet Poison is out on October the 21st, and from what I've heard of it, she's a bloody cracking record, mate. So best of luck with everything, and hopefully we'll see you on this side of the world one day soon.
Oh yeah, whenever you're ready, we're ready.
Beautiful, brother. All right, thanks for your time.
Bye-bye, buddy.
Yeah, right.